Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. And he'll be tackling just shy of the 25.
Ready up. Set, ready.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. Down the sideline he goes. He's on his way. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, 76 yards. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Stroud now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Stroud looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Play action. Here's Stroud. Rolling to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Inside handoff to Mixon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flush to his right. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A shotgun snap to Stroud. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Stroud working out of the gun. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do.
and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Drill 52. Ready?
Play fake. Here's Love. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun. Love. Flushed out right. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. In motion comes the tight end left. He has it complete to Christian Watson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got the hook up with Doubs. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now Love. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Here we go.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And he's got it. It's caught from Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Mixon with a first down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
All right.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. That's to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Mixing up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
As soon as he leaped down and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Now Stroud. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Mixon going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. In motion, the tight end. Another try for Mixon. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Twisting away. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And cycle. Black shot. Blue stripe.
To throw now. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Down.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the... Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Mixon will get it to start the 2nd half. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Stroud sliding out of the pocket. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. And Stroud now to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Stroud. Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. So from the 26-yard line, here's a second down and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Love now. Escaping the pressure right. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jacobs going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing. Love. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Touchdown! Jaden Reed with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Stroud off the play fake. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Shot, 17.
Here's Love. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Ready.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Ready.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 124 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
52 blasters.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Stroud looking to throw. Taking a shot for Dell here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Check pink. Down. Ready?
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Stroud to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 52 yards. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. This is 2nd and 8.
Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But
from a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense in the hurry up here. On 1st down, Hurts. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down at the 30. Offense up to the line fast. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they had that one contained right at the line. Justin Reed with the tackle. Working quickly here. 2nd and 10 now. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
Boy, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
On 4th down, Hurts. He finds him beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now, it's starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Down like a lawnmower, baby. Yellow.
Shotgun handoff to P-Ron. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Pick up a 5 on that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Zach Bond with the tackle. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Yellow.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises. And gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. The defenders are there to get him at the line. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They kick the running back in motion. Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Hurts now on 3rd and goal. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Pressure off left, and it's blocked. And the Chiefs got it. And he stopped after a little bit of progress. It won't be two the other way, but still, at least a blocked extra point on the play. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes now. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
First down throwing for Hurts. Forced out to his right. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Hurts now from the gun. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody to...
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This only a chip shot from the right hand. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. They're going to throw. That winds up incomplete. Definitely caught us off guard with that call, so who knows what we're going to see on this 3rd down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting... Second half, we've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Drive starts with an option, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense to the line for second down. Now Hurts. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That pass caught by Johnson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Chased out to his right. Complete out to the right. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense in the hurry up here. Running right, it's Barkley. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Offense up to the line fast. Going to the ground again on first. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run.
And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big game, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows. Maybe a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow. Easy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He tucks it and takes off. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Tight end going in motion here. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw, Mahomes. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. And the Eagles sack a big return onto that pick. Look at this. They've got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, But how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Toss play to Barkley. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Fight on these two, fight on these two. Hey, 57, 57. Right side.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
That's good.
Right.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Right side.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out.
26. Chiefs nothing.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, yellow. Hey, go. Right side.
To the air, Mahomes. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs making the scoreboard look a touch better. DeAndre Hopkins, the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
57 color, 57 color. Fight on these two, fight on these two.
Get this point.
Easy. What's that?
Again, Mahomes to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Working quickly here. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. A give right side to Gainwell. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Eagles about set to celebrate this win. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, a run with Barkley. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Saquon. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. Making defenders, and he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Eagles keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Right side.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
Pistol now for Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
No touch, sir. No touch.
Running left, this is Barkley. And he stopped after getting this down inside the 35, looks like to the 33. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
No touch, sir. No touch.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Breaks the tackle, still going. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Second down now, 7 to go. They run it with Saquon. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Kansas City.
Ultra ground move, riding in the years, not used. Tighten up, you'll lose. I approve, I bet, I step and approve. Straight ultra ground makes all you haters get down. You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stacking money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. Come with a wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stacking money up, be about your business. They come with a wish list. They come with a wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted me and be a money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted man, her best friend is known around the way. I started hearing about her type. Always with the ball players, that's the one she likes. She got it done, and I guess they look alright. They call her princess, but she down in every. In and out of DMs, tryna be a rapper. She won't get the W, I skirt up when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You meet a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stacking money up, be about your business.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. And we are underway from Houston. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the... Yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Stroud. This one taken in by Stover. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Stroud keeps it, and he is going to have a Texans first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Now it's Mixon running right. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Stroud sets up the play action. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. Mixon running wide side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
It's not often you talk about statement drives coming right at the start of a game, but that was some statement there. That drive took them the length of the field, and as I look at the clock, ate up nearly the entire first quarter as well. Great work up front clearing space, and an ideal finish on the touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. A man who was a collegiate standout nearby in Austin, it's Bijan Robinson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The end result, 21 yards. They'll throw with Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Locates Mooney on the out route. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. And looking to throw, Penix. And he will find his man on the outside. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tyler Algier from 4 yards out. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. It's still fighting. And the Falcons will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Now Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
to the air. Penix. And complete to Drake London. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Penix. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Here's Penix. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 29 yards. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Stroud. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, it's Stroud. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will
gets through, and now an opening. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throws right back to London, complete again.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Eluding the pressure right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have the chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
That's complete to Mooney.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. It's Mixon on the counter. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 29, here's 2nd and a couple.
Mixon will try the right side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this jump. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. The Texans on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it will be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance, and then they end up winning this game.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first. Robinson on a give right side. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Derek Stingley, he got there in a hurry, and he earns the TFL. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, and to stop him short of the first. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Into the hands of London.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw with Penix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Got a man, it's London. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6. Penix to the air once more. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a...
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
21, Texans 7. Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And looking to throw, Penix. That one deep for London. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Penix. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. So time runs out. It's a victory, the Atlanta Falcons. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type.
Hey, yeah, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up to the max, I'm finna break down.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston Texans, and NRG Stadium. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing to get things started is Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Travis Kelce, the intended target. Now it's going to be third down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs. First carry for Joe Mixon. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Second down and 8.
It's second and 8.
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down. On
the ground, it's Mixon. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Stroud to throw. The throw on the run is complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll be 3rd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
He's got his tight end. It's Kelsey. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Mahomes now to throw again. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up.
That's going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field.
Two in, two back ends, booked up, look up, I'm flying, yeah, I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't getting no younger. So tell me what you...
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Look hot. Forward.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Stroud looking to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. This is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Hey, 73.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And this will be a Texans first down as good running gets them to about the 44.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Stroud to throw it. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mixing up the middle.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to Mixon on second down.
Trucks over him.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Jalen Carter in on that tackle. Now 2nd and 9. Stroud sets up the play action.
And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Nico Collins.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Here's Hurts to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Hurts. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Stroud off the play fake.
He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
On the quick, right?
Here's Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
Only 3 there on the screen and 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
All right.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Buying time to his left. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, now how about this return? That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
That's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. He's to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, here in this 3rd quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a 1-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
And they turned the pick-6 into a pick-8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now he's free at the 35. Joe Mixon.
Touchdown, Houston. 68 yards.
And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 115 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down. Now Joe Mixon, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Then with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Stroud. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. That's caught by Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
And Stroud now to throw. That's caught by Davis. Now inside the 25. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Houston.
Stephon Diggs. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits here in Houston, Texas. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Valus Jones now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
The Packers take over first down here at their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air here. It's Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Young on 1st and 10. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. And stop coming from Henry To'o. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 41. Hubbard hauls it in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Young working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Has it down close. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Rush coming for Young. Catch is made in close. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They're going for it, Young. Throw is caught by the back. And he's out of bounds. That is not going to be enough. He made a bid for it, but he was a couple yards short. That's a turnover. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you can feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Here's Stroud now. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, Stroud. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Lengthy fourth down try here. They need 6. Running back sent in motion left. Stroud gonna go on fourth down. And it's gonna be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in balance.
Shotgun snap now to Young. On the move, headed right. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Young throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They're driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. And stop coming from Henry To'o. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Young looking to throw. That's into left side. Almost the completion of the wrong team there. So that brings up 4th and long. Throwing from the gun. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Now the Panthers decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. To the air on first down. Young. This one's caught. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw, Young. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief. Staring at fourth down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. Marr connects there. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Round throwing here on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for the Panthers.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. On the ground again with Mixon. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Keeping it with Mixon. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, here's Stroud. That pass caught by Tate Dell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, Stroud. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's off again. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans take a 4-point lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Young on 1st and 10. Dump off caught by his back. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted. Again, that is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
That one right down the middle. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter, and they'll continue adding to their lead. And after that last second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Young back to it after the pick. Hubbard hauls it in. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. And now they face second down. Young working from the gun. That'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Young to throw here on third. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
This throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Defense shows blitz. Young escapes the pocket. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it second and goal.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Back now, pressure on its way. Dumps it off to his running back. Touchdown, Carolina. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now here come the Panthers. Big moments as they go for 2.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. From his own end zone, here we go. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
A give to Mixon up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Second down now, 7 to go. Stroud off the play fake. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That's caught for the first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Second down now, 7 to go. Motioning one of the tight ends. It's Mixon on second down. Past midfield to the 45. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. The touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. Mixon has the Houston touchdown. The Texans take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans push the lead up to 12. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, first and 10. Out of the gun, Young. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
A second down throw for Young. Try and push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans take possession up at their own 43-yard line.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. Spins out of one stop. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans go up by 19. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Blackshear on the return. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So for Brock Ewer and everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.
Tripping off grades, I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day, I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like, what you want? What you want? I got Jesus giving money, what you want? I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry, so I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye, cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like, I ain't mean it. I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sick one. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep. Homie got a pump, cause he got no. Homie say